Okay. All right, let's get this figured out. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Let me, yeah. Good morning, good afternoon. How are you? Let's get this out of the way. This. Still got to figure out what happened to the other one of that. All right. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon. How are you? How are you? How are you? Okay. Wait. Move that out the way. Well, good morning. How are you, Harry? Nice to see you. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in like 2 minutes. Nobody wants to lift your booty. Quit messing with the microphone. Oh, you're just a disaster. You're a disaster. Good morning, Christine. Irene says, hi, Harry. Hi, Harry. You're such a brat. You're so spoiled. Now get down. Go on. No, down. Go. Thank you. Appreciate you. Off you go. Okay. You just had treats. I'm not giving you more. No. You just ate them, you fatty. You just ate a whole hand. No, fatty, no. No. Begging is not. No. Begging is not becoming. No. Does not make you look good. Seriously. Hi, Candy. Candy says, hi, Harry. I'm only reading you the chat because you can't read. Oh. Get down. No, down. Go. No, quit messing with the camera. Get down. You're a horrible, horrible kitty. I need a desk that's twice the size of this so he can have a place to lay and put his foot in occasionally, you know. All right. Get rid of Harry. There we go. Oh, so 2 days. I am so far behind on watching videos. So if you are somebody who posts videos and your watch time is down, I apologize. Yeah, I've been 2 days. It took me 2 days to wrap Christmas. And I finished it off yesterday, late afternoon. And it was like, oh my God, the relief. I'm glad it only happens once a year, because if it was more than that, I would have to slip my wrists with the tape dispenser and try to bandage it with name tags. I don't know. It is so horrid. Yeah, he'd still take over my desk, Candy. I'm fully aware of the fact that cat fully, completely, utterly, totally, and unequivocally believes this is his show. All right. So I'm just sorting through a few things. This is never good. Hubbard brought me this the other day. He brings me this in the envelope and these. And he says, I don't know where they came from, but I found them on the floor. Yeah. So I'm going to put them up on the mat here so that hopefully I will pull that die out at some point and go, oh, wait, I have those. And I can put those in with it. Yeah. I know. Hey, KK. Yeah. Let's be honest. It's the Harry show. All right. We are working on stuff. We're working on this. This is the folio journal Flipp. I don't know what she's calling this thing. I think it's a journal. It's a file folder journal that we got from Hags. And we are covering it in Bloomsbury from Recollections. It's a hot buy pad. And we cut out all of the cut aparts and we cut apart the strips. And we went through and we measured all of these, which are all different sizes. Then we inked everything. Then we put these mats in. And this is not going to be the final, obviously, because, you know, this is supposed to be like a journal, so you want to be able to write in it. And although you could write on this, this is not exactly writable. So we have to make it writable. I mean, you could write on this if you wanted to. So all of these need to get glued down. Doom, doom, doom. And we're still working on what we're going to do with this one. We're not sure if I'm going to turn it into a pocket or if we're going to make it a flip that comes out. In which case we'll have to recut this piece because this piece was cut to make it flip. So if we decide to make this pocket, then we're golden. If not, we need to cut another one of these and we need to cut a piece for this back. Okay. Hello, Tina. All right. So I got a Christmas card yesterday. Let me open this. I always try to open these not on camera. Just in case. Sometimes people put, you know, a note or something in them. Okay. So this one is from Miss Arlene. She sent this pretty one. It's a handmade card. It says, Let It Snow. And she's got some snow stamps on there, which she has colored in. All of the snow stamps, some in gold, some in white. Very pretty. Nice background. And then, hope you and your big family and menagerie have a lovely Christmas from Arlene. And it's just a beautiful little handmade card that she sent to me. Thank you so much, Arlene. I'm going to add this to the rest of them that I have on my wall. And she sent me a note, but I'm not telling you guys about my note. Oh, wow. Really? I won't share her note. And then she sent me a napkin. I love napkins. And this one's already pulled apart. I like it. Well, I am very honored. That is cool. You did good. You did good. All right, let's get some caffeine in me. Maybe I'll wake up. Yeah, so 2 days I haven't been at my desk, and I just walked over here to because of course I like passed out last night, didn't put in the announcement. I didn't pay any attention to my desk. I just sat down and I put the announcement in, let the dogs out. And then I turned around and realized when I came in 5 minutes before the, beginning, that for 2 days, everybody's just been stacking things on my desk. So I had to dig some stuff out. So I have dug out. Let's get the big bottle. All right. So I'm going to just glue these in real quick, and then we're just going to let this thing dry. Hey, Francis. So I got the new tree put up, and it's a pencil tree. It's like really skinny. And for years, because my grandkids lived with me for years, and having foster kids and all that other stuff, we've always had like a giant tree. It's artificial, but it's a giant tree. My whole thought on it, I'll be honest, was never environmental. For me, it was always, if I have $20 to my name, I'd rather spend the $20 on presents for my kids than on a Christmas tree that has nothing under it. So one year after Christmas, many years ago, like 30 years ago, I bought an artificial tree. It was just a little one, little one of those cheap ones that they had years and years and years ago that said it was 6 foot tall, but the bottom 18 inches had nothing on it because, and then the top foot was just one branch sticking up, and it was plastic and very crappy looking. And, but you covered it in decorations and you went, yeah, it looks like a tree. Forget it, and I bought that so that my daughter, when I first had her, would always have a Christmas tree. And over the years, I've purchased probably 4 or 5 new ones because, that one wore out years ago. And about 7 or 8 years ago, Hubber and I went out and we bought the one that we had, which was a 7.5 foot tall. With the tree topper, it was like 8.5 foot. It was an artificial spruce, pre-lit monster of a tree. Hey, Carla. And the first year we put it up was fabulous. Everything worked just the way it was supposed to. The second year gave us a little bit of a hassle with the lights, but, Hubber worked on it and figured it out. No problem. And the lights have been giving us trouble ever since. Fast forward to this Christmas. And Hubbard took out the tree and he plugged it in. And about 3/4 of the lights did not work. So here's the thing with pre-lit trees. Because they're pre-lit, you don't actually take them apart or anything. They just kind of fold up. When you fold them up, all the wires and everything get folded up in it. And the wires get pinched and the bulbs get pinched and they get broken. And then you're sitting there trying to figure out, it's bad enough to do it, on just a string of lights. Now you're trying to figure it out on the tree. Like they're already on and you're like searching for that one broken bulb. Well, Hubbard's had it. So he went, nope. And I went, okay. He was frustrated. I wasn't going to deal with it. So we went and we got the new tree. Now, went to Big Lots. I don't know how many of you have a Big Lots. I'm sure most of you do. But they had all their Christmas trees on sale. All their Christmas trees were 25% off. But here's the thing. There were prices underneath the trees. They set them up for the display. There were prices underneath the trees. And when you took the box, picked up the box for that tree, the price was $10 to $20 more than what was on the thing. Well, I happened to notice that the one that I picked up said that it was $90. And we got up to the front and the guy rang it up and it rang up at 110. And he was going to give me 25% off of that. And I was like, no, dude. No. There's a tag over there. Matter of fact, all your trees are done this way. There's a tag over there that says that this tree is $90. That's not 25% off 110. That's not 25% off of 100. That's the price. It says $90. So I want my 25% off of that price. My husband, of course, is standing there going, oh, God, she's at it again. And I'm not being a Karen. I'm just, if the price on the shelf says $90 and it's got the right SKU number, you can't bait and switch when somebody gets to the register and they hope that you don't notice it because you're ringing up a bunch of stuff. All said and done, I actually got the tree for $64 and change, which was a heck of a deal. It is pre-lit, but it is lit in a different way than the old style. So I don't have to worry about the lights getting caught in the folding. We brought it home and Hubbard put it up and turned it on, and he hates it, and I'm okay with that. He just thinks that a Christmas tree should be like, a big fat Christmas tree. And I'm like, not all trees in nature are fat, buddy. Not to mention, we have a considerably large house, tiny little living room. So I have the new tree. I ain't messing with this because I don't know what I'm doing there yet. Really, this part is so troubling to me. I don't know why. But my daughter came over and she saw it. And she's like, you finally got one, huh? Because I've wanted one for years. But, with how the grandkids, I couldn't. The tree would look like it disappeared under that windfall of stuff. But now that the grandkids are older, I don't have to get them as much, I can buy them some clothes and get them a couple of gift certificates, maybe one or two little, games or toys or something. And hey, Beema's golden. The only one I have to still get stuff for is Lily. The other ones, they're all older. So, and Britt still gets stuff because she's only 6. Oh my God, no, she's 7. She just had her birthday. Sorry. But, she's still young enough that she gets. I get Christmas lists from the older ones. It's like, I want a gift card to Starbucks. You're 11. Yeah. But, Brittany still's like, she wants La La Loopsy and she wants unicorns and yeah. Because she's still a little girl. Hallelujah. And Lily is on the Paw Patrol. She loves the Paw Patrol. So I got her some Paw Patrol. Pop spent all day yesterday making fudge and banana bread and gingerbread cookies and snickerdoodles. And he is currently building a Hershey's chocolate gingerbread house. He has it started in the dining room. He's got it sitting on the table because you have to put the icing, like the decorating icing on, and then you have to let that get hard before you put the rest of it together. It's like a 2-day process to build one of those things. I wouldn't know. I've never done one. I've carved ice sculptures, butter sculptures, rolled sushi, but never done a gingerbread house. Not my jam, man. I suppose I could if I had to. But not my thing. But for him, it is a tradition. As a matter of fact, the big brain boy sent us a picture the other day of the village he did. Mike was like, I don't want to do one this year. And I was like, okay, honey. And then the big brain boy sent us the village that he didn't. Now Mike wants to do one. So, all right. So we're letting this all dry. Oh, wow. 19. That is such an age, KK. They're adults, but they're not quite there yet. It's easier for girls, though. For boys, it's terrible. Dragons and unicorns and Pegasus. I know, Francis, you still want them. All right, so we're going to let this dry because I did use a lot of glue. We're not even going to look at that thing because I'm not sure what I'm doing with it yet. All right. I'm going to put this off to the side for the moment. Make sure that it thoroughly dries before I, start sticking stuff in it. Boy. So what else is new? So the other day I was sitting here and it was right after the lace sale. The next day, I was printing labels to ship out the packaging when the printer went, nah, I'm done. For whatever reason, it will not pick up paper. Don't know what its issue is. I've looked at it and torn it apart, and I can't find why it's not lifting the paper. But it's not lifting paper. So, and it does not have a single sheet feed on it. So, Amy and I ran out to go buy a new printer. Because Amazon, my printer on Amazon, and this is the, wow, whoa. The printer that I had, I paid $89 and change for when I bought it 3 years ago. I went onto Amazon thinking, well, let me check to make sure that I don't have it under warranty, because if it's under warranty, then that's cool. So I went onto Amazon and I looked, and the warranty expired a week ago. Yeah, a week ago. Oh, please, people. I have a collection of minions. And I'm not talking about my grandkids. There's minions and Cruellas staring at me from every possible location in this corner. Yeah, 1 week before it decides to die, the warranty dies. So, and that was the extended warranty, because I bought a 2-year extended warranty, and that kicks in, after the 1-year manufacturer warranty. So first year covered by the manufacturer, not a problem. And of course, I just bought like $80 worth of ink for it. So I was like, son of a, all right, I'm going to buy another one of these. So I go on Amazon, and my $89 printer is now $475. That's how much they want for my printer. $475. Oh, I couldn't believe it. And then I said something. I said something about it, and Mike, who doesn't believe me, Googles my printer and goes, "Holy crap!" He thought I was exaggerating. He's like, "No way." Yeah. So Amy and I get in the car. And here's this thing. See, I don't like to go shopping after Black Friday until like the 3rd of January. If I can avoid stores in that time period, I will, because I'm agoraphobic and I'm a germaphobe, which means I don't want to be around you people. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the attitude I get when I go in the store and people are walking around. People look like giant germs to me when there's like big crowds of them and I have a panic attack. So I don't want to go out in public. It's nothing personal against anybody, but when you walk into a store and there's that little kid sitting in the shopping basket with the boogies running down his face, and his parents aren't wiping his face, and he's eating that, and there's 6 kids running around screaming and crying, and adults slurping their snot, and no, they all look like giant amoebas to me, like cartoon germs. So I don't like to go out in public if I don't have to, especially at that time of the year. So 40 minutes before the store closes, I go shopping. I used to grocery shop at like 3 in the morning because there was nobody in the store. I'm getting better. I can actually go in a store during the day now. I actually didn't know they were open during the day. So Amy and I went to buy a printer, and we get there, and the printer that we like, the one I wanted, that I like, this is the one I'm going for. I'm going to this store because it says it's in stock. They didn't have that printer. So we got a little pushed, and I went, just take this one. And I forgot to read it to find out if that printer was going to work for us. It was not. It is not Wi-Fi capable, although it says it was Wi-Fi capable. I got home, and the instructions said, push the Wi-Fi button. I'm looking at the printer, going, there's no Wi-Fi button? How can I push the Wi-Fi button? Even the instructions said push the Wi-Fi button. I was like, the quick start guide they give you. I was like, there's no Wi-Fi button. Where the Wi-Fi button supposed to be, there's no Wi-Fi button. I don't know. I think they might have put the wrong printer in the box. Because this particular printer does come Wi-Fi and non-Wi-Fi. And the one that I bought was supposed to be Wi-Fi, and the instructions say Wi-Fi, but there was no button on the machine. And I'm like, No, it was not an open box. As a matter of fact, I picked up one and Amy went, no, that box is open. Let's get a different one. And I said, okay. So she grabbed a different box and she looked at it. She goes, okay, this one's good. It's not open. And we put it in the basket and we left. We paid for it and we left. I even bought ink for it, because those little cartridges, they won't last Amy and I 2 days. So I brought it home and set it up, and there was no Wi-Fi on it. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I have to turn on the Wi-Fi on my computer to get it to find it. So, okay. Maybe I don't have to push some Wi-Fi button. Maybe I just have to turn Wi-Fi on the computer and have the computer search for the new Wi-Fi device. Nope. So I determined that this printer was not Wi-Fi capable and therefore would not work, because Ami is roughly 40, 50 feet from the printer, and I can't run a cable that far, and there's only one place to plug in a cable anyway. And I can't run one from the network and have the network handle it because the computer was not compatible for that. So Ami needs to have wireless so she can print labels from her room, from her computer. So I packed it all up and Hubbard took it back. And Hubbard went to 3 Walmarts to find the printer. Not that I wrote down one. I was like, this one will work. You can get this one. This one will work. And he went, okay. Well, he thought I meant, that's the absolute one you have to get. So, yeah, he was looking for that one. And finally, after the second Walmart, he was like, dude. And they were like, oh, yeah, this store has one. And he's like, call them and tell them to hold on to it. I'm coming. So he bought a new printer, and he bought ink tanks for it, replacement ink. And then the printer came with 10 months of free ink. So I'm not telling Hubbard that because he'll be angry. So, yeah. Yeah. Hello, Artie Dar. How are you? Hello. Let's see who else is in here. Oh, Gloria's here. Hello, Gloria. How are you? See, I had a brother for a long time, and I loved those. They're like, they work forever. As a matter of fact, I still have a brother that was my mother's. My mom passed away 8, 9 years ago. And it still works. So now I have a new printer, and it's tiny. But it says that it prints, scans, and copies, which I need it to do. I'm not sure exactly how, but it does these things, it says. So it took me like a half an hour to set it up. The only thing I was grateful for is hi, Harry. It plugged into the same power cord that I had, so I didn't have to climb under the desk to run the new wire. Can we help you? That had to hurt somebody's ear. Why did you do that? Get down. Go on. Get down. Oh. It took me like 30 minutes to get the thing, hooked up and get it up on the shelf. And yeah, just a disaster of epic proportions. I was just, yeah. And then my printer ate one of my things. I had like 3 of these, and now I only have 2, and I can't find the third one. That is not it. I think it's stuck to it someplace. Oh. And then I ordered stuff from Amazon, and it came in it's coming in 3 different days on 3 different packages. I was just so, ugh. Yeah, but I managed to wrap up Christmas. And that's all that matters, right? Okay, let me get rid of this real quick. Let me take that part off. Then I'm going to take this part off. And then I will cover the back. Make a tag out of that puppy. That one. That one. We're going to make a tag out of that. And I have to put these on, a couple more of these. So I'm going to do this real quick. Oy! Come out of there. Out of the bag. Oh, yeah. My mother had a cat for many years. My dad was driving down the Jersey Turnpike in a storm. And he saw this guy on the side of the road, and my dad is a paramedic. Both of my parents were. So by law, because they have the sticker on their car, so that they could get, when the ambulance calls came out, if they weren't in the ambulance, they could still get to the scene. They had to have this little sticker on their car. And my dad was driving down the Jersey Turnpike one day. He was on his way home from work, actually. And he saw this guy on the side of the road. And it was pouring rain, like buckets. So my dad figured, okay, I'm going to pull over and stop, because by law, he has to stop to help the guy. Just in case, he didn't know, maybe there was an accident. They slid off the road or something. He had no idea. So he stops. And as he pulls up behind the guy takes off. And my dad sees him throw something out the car. So my dad gets out in the pouring rain and he sees what this was, and he grabs at it just as it's going down one of those big drainage culverts, and he barely gets a hold of it, and the open end of this bag is towards the culvert, and everything starts falling out of it, and my dad really can't see what it is, but he gets his hand on the last one, and he hears the sound, and it's a kitten. So my dad figured the rest of them must have been kittens too. And the schmuck was throwing them out the window. Down the storm drain. Drown the kittens. And so he takes this thing home to my mother, who just had a baby. My brother was just, not but a couple of months old. And my mom's like, I don't want a cat, especially this, the cat didn't even have its eyes open yet. So, you have to feed it every hour, and then you have to wipe its butt and clean its face and all that other stuff. And my mom's like, I just don't have time for this, So my dad went to take it to the local shelter, and the shelter said, oh no, a kitten that young, we don't have any nursing cats right now, so we're just we would just put it down. My dad was like, no. So he takes it home and explains this to my mother, and she's like, oh no, that'll never do. So my mom decides that she's going to she'll take care of the kitten until it's old enough to take care of itself, and then off it goes. Well, she took care of it till the eyes were open, until it was, reasonable 3-4 months old. She figured pretty much big enough to take care of itself. She put it outside. The cat came back and meowed at the door. She put it outside again. The cat came back and meowed again. She took it further away from the house. It came back. She put it out. It came back one day, and it was injured. Its eye was swollen shut. So my mother takes it to the vet, and they tell her that the eye needs to be removed. So she pays for it and gets the eye removed. And because they told her, they said, we need to take the eye out, but, you're probably best to put the cat down because that'll mess with the cat's balance. And my mother would take the eye. So they took the eye, and my mother brings the cat home. And after it convalesces for a few weeks, my mom lets it out because it wants out. And then my mother hears this ruckus, and she goes out and finds that this kitten has been being attacked by 2 Siamese. My mother never liked Siamese cats after that. But at that point, it was pretty much the cat was going to stay until she could find somebody to take it. She never named it. The cat's name was Cat. Growing up, the cat's name was Cat. Because she didn't want a cat. Roll forward. My brother is 16 years old. Cat now has a new name. Old Cat. And around Christmas time gets called Scrooge Cat because my brother was laying on the floor one year. Remember those glass ornaments we used to have? Like the actual glass colored balls. The cat pushed the tree over on my brother's back as he laid on the floor with no shirt on. And my mom spent 2.5 hours pulling little shards of glass out of his back. The cat was grouchy, to say the least, when it got old. But this was way back, in the 60s. My mom actually had it declawed because she was keeping it in the house and she didn't want it to destroy the furniture. Back then, that wasn't considered cruel. So she had it had back claws, so it could defend itself. It just didn't have front claws. So she had a one-eyed, partially bald, clawless cat named Cat, because she's going to find somebody to take it. It's like a bad country song. She had that cat. We took that freaking cat across country in a bag, because we drove across country in a car, and you couldn't take pets in hotels back then in the 70s. So my mom put it in her overnight bag so she could sneak it into the hotel, because she didn't want to leave Cat in the car. Really? She loved that damn cat. It's like, the cat never left the house from the day that my mom like brought it in, had it fixed, and had the claws removed. The cat never left the house. This cat used to, I remember going swimming when we were kids. We were kids. My brother was a Boy Scout. We went to, excuse me? We went to Delaware Water Gap for this big camper scout jamboree thing. And my mom took the cat camping. Like my mom, we had a doughboy pool in the backyard. The cat would go swimming in the pool. The cat went swimming in the Delaware Water Gap with us. My mom would just throw it in the water and tie a rope around it so she could pull it back, because the cat liked to swim. It was the weirdest cat. But she took this cat 3,000 miles across country with her. And she kept it and kept it and kept it. And I think my brother was 19 when one day Cat just went away. She knew my mother couldn't see her die, and she left. And my brother and I went out and looked for her, and we eventually found her. She was underneath the house next door, and she had passed. So my brother pulled her out, and he very quietly and very discreetly, without my mother ever knowing, buried Cat under the rose bushes in the front yard. And we just let my mom know that, Cat went away because she didn't want you to see her die. And we never told my mother the cat was under the rose bushes, because my mother would have lost her shit if she had seen Cat dead or anything. So So old Cat passed away at the ripe old age of about 17 years old. One eye, no hair on her ass, no front claws, the grouchiest creature ever on the planet. But well loved. Many, many, many years. But yes, that was Cat. Kind of like Harry. He doesn't belong to me. I'm waiting for somebody to come and get him. He's never going away, is he?
Nope. He ain't giving up on you either. You know he's got it with you.
Yeah, my wolf did that for me. I had a Pomeranian for 18 years. Yeah, he was about 18. He was my constant companion. If I went someplace, he went. If I went to the grocery store, he went. This was before people took their little dogs, to do this stuff. He went with me everywhere. And then one day, he just walked away. And it was just before Christmas. And my mom told me, she says, it's because he doesn't want you to see him die. But he'd been trying to die on me for about a year. Like, he'd go and hide under the bed and stuff. And I'd be like, no, go get him. And Mike would have to go and dig under the bed and pull him out. And he'd been trying to die. I just wasn't letting him. So eventually he figured out, what? I'm just going to go out this gate. One of the kids left the gate open, and he just walked out and died. Went and died. somewhere. I don't know where he is. I like to think that he's living a happy life someplace. I know that's not possible because this was many years ago, but I like to think that he's somewhere happy. Um, and then I have, I've had animals. My female palm, my breeder, um, when she had pups, she had 3 litters of pups, and I was with her for every one of them. I'd stay up all night with her and be there with her. And one of her pups was stillborn, and gave it little mouth to snout and pressed on its little chesty and rubbed on it and warmed it up to get it to come. Because she couldn't. She was licking it and licking it and licking it. It wasn't happening, and she was getting more and more distressed. And that's never good in the middle of birthing a litter. So I grabbed that one up from her, and I was like, "Don't worry, I got this one, baby." And I'm rubbing it and blowing in it, and eventually got it to come up and put it back with her, and she was very happy with that. And she lived with my ex-husband at the end of her life because I lived in a place where I couldn't have as many dogs, and she loved him, so she went to live with my ex-husband. And he called me up and he said, "It's time." And I got there, and she waited for me to get there. Within minutes of me getting there and picking her up, she was gone. She waited. And I think they're like that. I think they know, like she needed me to tell her it was okay. And I think pets are like that. Harry, he's never going away, though. Just so we all know this. Yes, they do. They hide to die. My daughter's cat did it. She went under the bed and she was making these wheezing sounds, and that's when I heard her. And I was like, "Get the cat." And Hubbard pulled her out, and I called Alex down, and I said, "Honey," and she held her, and she passed. Sometimes they're like that. Sometimes they hide to die, and sometimes they want to be with their humans. It's really weird. Chiquita Crochet, hello, hello. Yeah, they're far smarter than we think they are. All right, so now we have all this paper in here, and it's all glued down, and I still haven't figured out if I'm going to leave this as a flip or if we're going to turn it into a pocket. I kind of want to leave it as a flip, but I kind of want it as a pocket. So we're not going to mess with this thing because I'm not there yet. All right, so we have a lot of dark pages in here. If you don't know, I got this from Hags over at Hags Hollow from Amy. She makes these incredible little file folder, like journal flippy booky things. And I want to be able to journal in it, but you know me, I have to cover everything in paper, darling. It has to have paper. So not really. I just like the color scheme. So I have this, and I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to do some, we're going to use these as mats, and we're going to put paper on them. And the lighter ones we'll leave alone, but the like busy ones like this will cover. We'll put paper. We'll leave that alone because you can write on that. Maybe we'll add some paper here, or we'll just, we'll put paper on. Who knows? This one definitely going to get papered. This one we can leave alone because you can journal at the top of it. This one you can just journal on. This one we'll use as a mat. We'll put paper. You can journal on this, paper on this. Still don't know what I'm doing with that. We'll leave this one alone. We'll put some paper on this one. We'll leave that one alone. Some paper, leave it alone, and some paper. So that way we can journal. So I'm thinking maybe tea. Let me get out coffee and tea and we'll take a look. Hey, Steph. Oh, let's see. Okay. Coffee, tea. Because sometimes the tea makes the manila folders look very yellow. So I want to kind of look. No, I think it's going to be tea. I think the coffee's too brown. So I think we'll go with tea. Bye, Francis. Oh, Candy's leaving. Hi, Candy. All right. So I think we're going to go with tea. So let me just let me get out a ruler. And this is almost 4 inches. So we want to go like 3.5. And I'm going to want to take a little off the other side too. So let me move it over just a bit. I probably should move it over a little bit more, but this will work. All right. And then we want it to be about just a hair over 8. So we're going to go like 7.5. So let me just take a 1/2 inch off here. Take some off of there. All right. And I want corners to be rounded, so I don't want to use a corner rounder because it kind of ruins the whole torn effect. So we'll just kind of rough it off. Kind of looks like a ticket. Okay. Let's ink this and see if we like it. Yes, Steffi, you can tell me exciting news. Is it good exciting? All right, let's see. See, now we can journal on that. I'm sticking it down. Where's my tape? Comes the mouse. Hey, Susie B, what's up? See, now I can write on that page. Okay, I'm happy. Now I can write on it. And I know I can write on this one, so maybe I'll do a pocket on this side. Let me get another piece of tea-dyed paper out just in case. I got to do the flip thing. Yep. So somebody asked me why I do that. Why do I flip it in the box? So what's in the box here is this is my linen paper that Hags tea dyes specifically for me. And as you can see, it can be different colors. So when I open the box every time, I reach in and I flip it so that I always get a mix of color. But somebody asked me why I do that, so let's explain. Walk in, shower, and they said 6 to 10 weeks for install. They came this morning, said they had cancellation, so they're here installing. Now I won't fall and get a blackout. Good, Steph. Fantastic. Fantastic, honey. So I think we'll do some pockets on some of these. So let's open this up real quick. We'll get out our small scrap pack. That'll work. Hopefully. Maybe. Maybe not. Do we have any scraps that are small enough to make pockets? Oh, we do. Okay. Oh, that's right. We cut all of these pieces. There we go. That'll work. This'll work. Okay. So these are 3 and 7 eighths. 3 and 7. Yes, 3 and 7 eighths. Let's try there. Let's see how that looks. That works for me. Okay, let's see. Find out which corner I used. Yep, that's the one. Oh, yeah. Yes, I saw that you got your washer and dryer and that you didn't have any fluid to drain. That's good, though. That's good. I know I used to take my mom. We used to say it was to get tapped. You know, like a beer tap. I used to joke with her. Come on, we're going to the keggery. We're going to get your butt tapped. All right. Let's not get all of this confused. Let me get this stuff out of the way because I don't want to drop. You know, I've got my scraps on my little cardy things, and I don't want to do that. The nurse at the uh, radiology place that used to do it, she was an older lady. She used to get so mad at me when I would say that. You know, this is a professional medical procedure. You shouldn't be making fun of this. This is very imperative. It helps a lot of people. Lady, if you can't laugh at your own situation, you need help, okay? So we're going to laugh at the situation because it sucks. Because this situation sucks. So we're going to make all the fun of it we want. And if you don't like it, just put in some earbuds or something, lady. I don't know what to do with this one. You're going to go back to this one. Yeah. She used to get so mad at us. She was like Nurse Ratchet, you know? Oh, you have to watch stuff though. You have to really have to watch those doctors and what they do because damn. Loony. Yeah. That you got to seriously watch out for infections. I remember one of the doctors I took my mom to, he He said her potassium levels were too low. So he wanted to send her for potassium infusions. Okay, fantastic. But he didn't check to see what medications she was on. The guy at the infusion place didn't check to see what medication she was on. And so they infused her with potassium. And then she goes to her other doctor, and her other doctor is like, okay, we're going to get some blood work done. And then like 3:00 in the morning, I get the phone call from the lab because I had medical guardianship of my mother. Because of the Hep C, she had like ammonia in her brain, and because of that, I had her declared medically incapable so that I could take care of her medical issues and, have say on all her medical issues. Because she was having heart attacks and strokes and stuff, and it was all from the infection in her liver. And so they called me, and they're like, you need to get her to the hospital right away before she dies. And I'm like, what? They were like, well, she's got way too much potassium in her blood. Her potassium was like 12 times the limit. And I'm like, you putzes. So you don't check her meds, so you don't realize that she's on a medication that actually makes her absorb potassium. So you're going to then send her to go get a potassium infusion. Yeah. You people are morons. It was after they made her a hemophiliac by destroying the platelets in her blood. That's when I took medical conservatorship of her. Because that wasn't going to happen again. And not that my mom and I were not close by any stretch of the imagination, but still my mother. And I wasn't about to let anybody abuse her because of her inability to make those decisions on her own. If you don't get a physical, yeah. I'll be honest with you, I've lived in Vegas for about 21, 22 years. And I finally, after all of these years, have found a doctor worth a shit. I had one years ago when I first got here that I liked. But then he left the practice that he was at, and he went to a different practice. And I found him again after a few years, and we started going to him, and he just wasn't the same guy. I don't know if it was the way that the practice was run or what. My mom had a decent doctor who just disappeared one day on us. He was apparently no longer accepting her insurance. But yeah, I finally, after all these years, I do have a doctor that I like. And I actually respect the guy, which is, he's not, well, we're just going to do a whole lot of tests. Yes, he does tests, but I have fibromyalgia and, a heart condition and high blood pressure. Not a good combination. And low vitamin D. And I can't stress this enough, guys, especially right now. If you are not, you need to be taking vitamin D supplements. Most of the people that are getting the new variant of the coronavirus are all vitamin D deficient. So if you are not, start doing it. But I love the guy. I go in and go, I got a pain. He goes, do you want an x-ray? My head hurts. You want to go see the neurologist? I need to get my carpal tunnel fixed. Not let's go take tests or anything. He's like, what's going on? I was like, oh, I was supposed to get the surgery before the COVID. And he went, hey, not a problem. Let's get you into a hand surgeon. I don't like the guy I had. We'll get you a different one. But he's funny as hell, and he's very nice, and he's very thorough. And he doesn't sugarcoat shit. So what am I going to do with this, guys? I'm thinking I'm going to leave it as a flip. I'm leaning towards flip. Let's say that. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Well, that's okay. When I became a chef, I spent an entire 3 semesters. 3 semesters. I had to take like 6, 7 nutrition classes. I had to take like general nutrition. I had to take holistic nutrition, medical nutrition, blah, 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 blah. And then as I was taking my classes, I noticed that there were people that would come in to audit the class, and they'd only stay like for 2 classes, 3 classes, something like that. And then they would go away. And I finally asked one of my professors, I said, hey, chef, who is that? And why do they keep, why do we have so many auditors in this class? And he says, they're medical students. What? Yeah, they're medical students. They're required to take 4 hours of nutrition. So they come in here to audit the class, and we give them credit for it. What? You mean the person who is supposed to work on my body doesn't understand anything about the fuel system of my body? So I actually looked into it. And yeah, most universities that have medical programs, doctoral programs, they only require, on average, about 6 hours of nutrition training. They don't even call it nutritional education. It's nutrition training. 6 hours. So don't eat chips all the time, people. Eat some fruit, but don't eat too much fruit because that'll make you diabetic. Yeah. I was quite amazed at that. All right, let's see what we got. That's right. Get your butt up and walk. I'm kind of mad about that. So I finally got my phone to load the Wizards Unite, the Harry Potter game. And I started playing it. I got real into it, and then found out that they're shutting it down the end of next month. I'm very upset about that. Because, yeah, there's Pokemon Go, but I'm just not that into Pokemon. Right now, I only play it because my grandson plays it. And so I play it enough to be able to, send him gifts and occasionally hang out with him kind of thing. But I'm very upset that they're taking away my Harry Potter. I like that. I'm very mad about the whole thing. There's nothing I can do about it. They're shutting it down. I think they're just taking it out of the game store, out of the Play Store. I think you can still play it if you have it, but there's going to be no updates and all of that stuff. So eventually it will glitch itself into oblivion. But I could actually see myself walking with that game. You know, I liked it. It was fun. But yeah, no. Oh, well, it is what it is. All right. So I'm going to work on putting some paper in here in the darks, you know, like the places where we can't journal because there's stuff like this, busy stuff. So I'm going to get some more of those in. I'm still going to think about this. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm thinking maybe a flip, but I never know. But I am going to get some more paper into this, which I will do tonight. And then tomorrow, you know, we'll put some more pockets in. We'll add some journaling cards and all that stuff and put a closure of some kind on it. We're going to get the cover finished. We'll get this taken care of. And we shall move on. So, what is going on? Hi, guys. All right, so what is going on? What is going on is I'm going to be doing a year-long challenge after the first of the year. So look for that video. Not a challenge so much as a project, a year-long project. We are going to be doing the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. We're going to be doing that journal. We are going to be doing one of these big envelope journal things, but we're going to be doing it with several sizes. And we're going to be doing Winnie the Pooh. I'm going to be doing a working on getting all the stuff together to do an Egyptian themed one, and we're going to be doing a superhero. I think that's on deck. After the first of the year, I'm going to be doing that free class for the Little Golden Book, so we're going to be doing that as well. Again, if you don't have a Little Golden Book, you can't get one in your area, go ahead and look on my Facebook group. There's a listing there of Little Golden Books that are available that I have. Here's the thing. I'm selling them for like $2-3 and the shipping is like $2. But if I can ship it for less than that, I will. Like if I can put media rate on it and it's like $1, I'll ship it that way. Okay. I kind of guesstimated the shipping. So if you want one, just, you know, say which one you want. You can instant message me or just put it in the comments. And I will take it to the post office and then tell you how much it is, you know, kind of thing. Because I can't do media mail on pirate ship. They don't let me do it. So I think that's all I got. I think tonight is Hag's final. I think it's tonight. Hey, Mary. Thursday. Thank you. Hey, Janice. Yeah, tomorrow is her final. I will make sure that she posts it in my group as well. So, because you have to be present to win. That's the rule. Okay. What else? So I think that's it. I'm going to put some more, you know, tea stained paper in this one. To get that done, I've got a couple of videos in process. Let me see what we have up. Okay, so today's video is... watch today's video. It's fantastic. I love it. One of my favorite projects of the year. Let me grab the demo real quick. So this is my demo for that video today. I am not live on my own live. There we go. So this is my demo that I did for the this is the one I make in the video. Okay. So if you haven't watched that video yet, check it out. This is a stinking adorable, like I said, I think it's my favorite project so far. But yeah, the Monday video, today's video, and the next Monday's video are my two favorite projects from this year. And then we're going to be moving into, our classes and all that other stuff coming in the beginning of the year. Yeah, she was on yesterday. All right, so that's all I have for you guys. I'm going to go spend a couple of minutes with the Hubber before he has to log in on his computer, which will be in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to go spend a few minutes with the Hubber. And what can I say? I like the guy. But that's going to do it for me today. I will be back tomorrow. So if you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that red button for me and subscribe, like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends. And your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, we're a giant crafting community. I go live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11, 12, 1 across the country. Everywhere else in the world, figure it out. Let's see. Starting in January, I will be having live sales on the 7th of every month, on the number 7 of every month, 7 of every month. Starting the second Saturday in January, I am going to be starting a little golden book, craft along with me, make a journal, free class. I'll post a video on the steps to do it, and then I will go live shortly thereafter to answer any questions that you may have. Or to walk you through anything. And I'm going to be doing that live in StreamYard. So you can actually, if you have a camera, you could, and if you don't want to be on the camera, that's fine. If you just want to talk to me to ask me a question, you can still log in and just voice, and I don't have to look at you and you don't have to look at me, and we could just look at a picture and it's cool. But I will be doing that on StreamYard so that you can come in and ask any questions that you may have. And let's see what else. And that's all I have. Listen, until I see you again, stay safe. Bye-bye, guys.